And at this point, I'm also being joined by Huda Zariwala as well as Vimlendu Jha. And I'm also going to be shortly joined by Tushar Gupta. Vimlendu Jha, first to you. All right, Tushar Gupta also joins us. Vimlendu Jha, first to you. To all of our viewers across the country who will be watching us, we've reported enough on water crisis. And now we are reporting on roads turning into rivers. Just that this is not a natural calamity. Would you help our viewers to understand what is the visuals are not just dramatic, but it's extremely unfortunate. But what is the context of this? Would you help our viewers understand this?
Yes, Neha. So, we've seen in last 1 year, of course, starting from the last year, floods that Delhi got, which was extreme floods that Delhi witnessed. Last month was heat wave and therefore a different kind of a water crisis. Last fortnight, it was actually water crisis in terms of water deficit. And now we're actually talking about a collapse of a canal and therefore, water crisis again, as in the water crisis that we're talking about, or deficit of water supply that we're talking about that's going to ensue Delhi for the next couple of days is because of extra water that has perhaps breached the barrage in that sense. It's very unfortunate that for the last 365 days minimum, or for that matter of a longer period, there is very little that's actually been done in terms of comprehensively understanding what is the water requirement or what is the kind of water governance that is required in the region. Indeed, right now, as a citizen of Delhi, forget about as an environmentalist, as a citizen of Delhi, nobody is interested to know or to really understand that whether it's the responsibility of Haryana government or Delhi government, because we've seen this again and again for every issue, be it the flood, be it the heat wave, be it the water scarcity, be it the air pollution. We've only seen our political class passing the buck. And right now, imagine we haven't really, July hasn't ended, and we do not know whether Delhi will actually see the same floods that we actually saw last year as well. So this is completely lack of governance. If we know that there's enough rain and climate change-induced extreme rain, we need to really do something about this. Why was enough work on the barrage not done either by the Delhi government or Haryana government?
Huda Zariwala, if I can get you in to answer that, but to add to what Vimlendu Jha is saying, look at what the locals are saying, and I hope you heard that because we played out the reactions when aap bolenge journalists bol rahe the. I was not saying it, locals were saying. Locals are saying Prashashan has not done what they should have done. The BJP is saying the government has not done what it was meant to do. Has the government done what it has done? Residents of Delhi are asking, why is the government not doing? They have been elected to power.
Well, this is absolutely a big concern for the residents of Delhi, but we also need to understand that this is as such not really the fault of either the Delhi government or even the Haryana irrigation department for that matter, because you can't blame per se one entity as such. This is a matter wherein both the parties are involved in terms of, we know that the brick line channel is made out of concrete. So obviously, the water that is coming from the Haryana, to Delhi via the Munna Canal, the sub branch was breached, basically broken, in which, the canal, the channel's embankment, water which has been breached. And then because of that, the water that comes to the Munna Canal essentially has overflown and gone to the JJ colony in Bhavana. So now what happens is, one can blame the Haryana irrigation department for, not being able to maintain the channel per se, because of which the water had to be diverted. But then also the Delhi government is, has rightfully taken a responsibility of matter. The Delhi Jal Board is very much in talks with the Haryana irrigation department.
With all due respect, am I making the right inference from what you are saying? You are saying Ram Bharose. Na Delhi government ki galti, na Haryana government ki galti, sab Ram Bharose. Tushar Gupta.
Because at this point in time, it is not a matter of blame game. It is the Delhi that are, being affected.
Who's talking about blame game? We are trying to understand why is the situation where it is. We are not talking about blame game. Blame game to politicians kar rahe hain, hum thodi na kar rahe hain.